Welcome back to
Catharsis!
Good job, everyone. Good job. Yeah. I was starting to sweat. I was like, do they remember the name of this campaign? Has it been too long?
No, not at all.
For those tuning in, we have been on hiatus for, I think it's like 4 weeks? No, 3 weeks?
I think it's been closer to maybe a month and a half.
Really?
It's been a hot minute.
It's been a while.
There's been a lot going on.
There's been a lot going on. We've had a lot of family emergencies for multiple people.
Sorry.
But we're here now. My name is Marina, and I will be your dungeon master for this evening. On my right, I have...
Oh boy, I get to go first. My name is Zoe.
Who are you playing as?
And I'm Paris Cindervale. How's it going?
I am Mallory, and I am playing Gwilla Mosswood.
My name is Jillian, and I'm playing Lilith Blackwood.
And I'm Mary, and I'm playing Elleanna Aster.
Woo!
Yay!
And I'm everyone else.
Let's go.
Okay. This is book 3 of what I'm hoping to be 5 books. Chapter 1, Death Weeps. We start with a bud of a rose, finally breaking free and blooming. It has climbed for so long to travel up and through this forgotten and rusted sign. Now tilted in the damp earth, the iron sign reads, "Welcome to Catharsis City." Beyond the sign is a figure stumbling through a dense mist. He is staggering, clutching his stomach and willing it to stay as syrupy blood spills with each step. Finally, his legs give in, and the figure begins to army crawl, still running from a fate literally worse than death. He takes off his mask in a desperate gasp before coughing up his own blood. His vision is blurring, but he is still crawling. The mists there swish with movement. Perhaps he did not outrun the undead. But suddenly, his arms become too weak too. He is forced to lay on his back, coughing up at the sky. The sky is gray and swollen with the promise of rainfall. That's when another figure emerges from the fog, donning the darkest of cloaks. At first he thinks his visitor is just very pale, but in fact, they are wearing a mask of a face. At first he is afraid, but soon he smiles. "It's you, isn't it? Does this mean I made it?" The figure kneels beside him and nods slowly. The man coughs up more blood. I knew I was dying, but I didn't want to turn anything but that." The figure gently caresses the side of the man's face with talon-like fingers, and despite this, he finds comfort in the touch. Please make the pain go away. I'm so tired. I'm ready. She leans in and plants a cold kiss on his forehead. And in that same moment, the light in his eyes go out. Slowly, a final tear spills from his ashen face. Death rises and lingers for a moment. She starts to go, and as she does, thick, slimy vines and roots rapidly begin to branch out from beyond the midst. The white fog turns a sickly green. Just as it passes over the body of the man, Death lurches violently forward, clutching her own chest. She pants, and as if out of breath, she suddenly emits a gasp. The eyes of her mask glow a ghastly hue as the man's spirit returns and is torn from her being, making her shiver. She turns helplessly at the spirit and tries to drag it back, but it's being pulled to its body. Death reaches for the man, and he reaches back, clawing at the dirt as the roots take hold of his corporeal feet. No, you said I made it. Yeah, I made it. You said I was safe. What happened? No, don't let her take me. Please. His soul is stuffed back into his corpse. Roses bloom from his injuries, red as his blood. Death weeps.
Bruh, so am I.
Do we know this man?
Nah. This is unfortunate NPC number 45.
45 to the 10th power.
I refer to him as Martin.
Never forget Martin.
We knew him for about 3 minutes.
I was emotionally attached almost instantly.
I know. It took my breath away.
I love you guys.
I love you too.
Death weeps, putting her taloned hands over her mask. A raven flits to her shoulder in comfort. Above, a green bolt of lightning crackles and rain falls. Death looks up. The curse shouldn't be growing. We can't survive much more of this. Oh God. She gets up and turns back to the forest, where another sign points to an invisible town beyond the trees. Moss and lichen speckle its letters and border. It reads, "Welcome to Mosswood." Death turns to the raven on her shoulder. Tell our champions to hurry. Time is shorter than we thought. The raven croons and takes flight. All right, mistress. As he does,
Bro, we're doing our best, God.
as he does, he sees figures moving out from the green mist. Their moans and groans are barely audible to passers-by. Fragmented thoughts lead them blindly out of the city into what used to be safe lands. Maybe we'll find our daughter. My uncle used to live out here. These thoughts echo into a void unheard. Overlooking all of this is a witch. She wears orange and yellow robes of the Tiger Lily noble house. She stands in a tower of Catharsis castle, watching the undead and the curse spread themselves outside the walls. Tears escape her face before she continues up a flight of stone steps, clutching a newspaper in her trembling hands. She passes by other witches who are cackling with madness. Mushrooms and flowers have already taken deep root in their brains, a fate she will face in time. She bumps into one of them, and they shove her against the stone wall with a lion's strength. Ah! Her glasses fall and crack. She goes to pick them up when another witch, missing most of her teeth, grins at her and promptly steps on the glasses, shattering them.
Rude.
That's the most evil thing that's happened in the whole campaign.
The two glasses wearers.
I know.
Three.
I would, but they're broken.
I would, but I keep forgetting.
Girl, I wish I could forget my glasses.
You don't?
Anyway,
Glass is so hard.
the witches laugh at each other before continuing down the stairs. The young Tiger Lily witch picks up the shards of her glasses. One lens is still intact. She wears it and collects the broken parts. She casts mending, putting the glasses back on before going up the stairs. So now her glasses are fixed. Yay!
Wish I
magic.
could do
good.
that.
Finally, she knocks on the door to the Queen's chambers. And instead of hearing an audible answer, a shrill voice echoes in the witch's brain, as piercing as a migraine. Come in! The witch holds her head before opening the door. Inside is a master bedroom that has a large pool serving as a bath that overlooks a curved wall of broken windows that also overlooks the city in ruin. Instead of water, this bath is black in syrupy blood. The bed has been replaced with a massive rose, and some pillows are strewn across it. The wardrobe is tilted and has dresses sort of spilling out of it chaotically. Most of the Gothic walls of this room are covered in vines and leaves. All the vegetation seems to be subtly pulsing with life. But sticking out of the wall are skeletal limbs, skulls, and hands with vines snaking up them.
Wow, I'm really loving this decor.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Especially but not limited to the literal bloodbath.
But there is also fresher parts and some heads that look like they're sleeping.
Oh.
One of them is the head of General Linus Brownstone.
Get wrecked.
On the far side of the room, it is curtained, but slightly tattered. And there are soft sounds of passion.
Oh no.
Mary!
Kinky.
All right. Mommy has to go back to work. The curse can't grow itself. A breathless voice answers, Yes, Your Majesty.
This is ridiculous.
Go now. I'm done with you. Suddenly, a man stumbles out from the curtain, and the younger witch gasps and takes a few steps back from him. It is Lord Andre Snapdragon.
Oh, come on.
That bitch ugly. No, he hot. He just...
He's ugly on the inside.
He's ugly on the inside.
Like, the ugliest ugly bastard on the inside.
Yeah.
I can't believe. I have
He has a mommy cake.
A tall and built man who looks finer with age. He pulls back his silvery hair quickly. His skin is now a few tints greener. Vines crawling down his temples. Snapdragon blossoms peek from out of his collar.
Wait, who is he sleeping with? Do we know?
You're about to find out.
Okay.
His sharp blue eyes look to the Tiger Lily Witch, who quickly looks down. The Lord clears his throat as he takes his plague doctor's coat and mask and hurries out of the room. Come here, girl. The voice calls again in her head. The witch girl makes haste and pulls back the curtain, only to gasp and look down again. The queen is naked.
Oh god, Sidra, why?
Hold on. As she sits at her vanity, brushing her long, night purple hair. Such modesty. I stopped caring about that a long time ago. But look away if it bothers you. She could hear the queen take slow steps across the room and begin to let the vines come down from the ceiling to dress her. I read part of the paper, Your Majesty. Yes, I saw through your eyes, little witch. Read the rest to me. I feel that we were getting to the good part. The Tiger Lily Witch swallows hard and begins to read. There have been many shifts in power across Catharsis. We shift to the northern mountain, where we see a bear folk standing on the perch, reading the paper. She's a polar bear folk.
Oh, yes.
With a child wrapped closely to her chest. Her fur is braided in parts and spun around a gold band that goes across her forehead.
Is this a bear child or a human child?
So this is a bear woman holding a bear child.
It's Mrs.
in her
Honeygold.
hand.
It's Mrs. Honeygold.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh.
Her eyes are older now as she reads the following. After the passing, and this is in the voice of Tiger Lily, even though Tiger Lily is not at Ivory Pines. After the passing of Mayor Herman Honeygold, his widow Emily Honeygold has been voted in as the new mayor of Ivory Pines, or what is left of it. We see her turn from the paper to the village. We see halflings, dwarves, goat folk working together to rebuild the fortress and its walls. There is a gravesite near the perch now where all the bodies that were lost in the attack are now being buried in the ground, where they will hopefully never be reanimated again. The stones read many names, but Herman Honeygold and Dietz stand out. One that is currently being dug reads Violet Glare. The paper continues to read, with only 3/4 of its former population, it would not be surprising if Ivory Pines and Dragon's Hearth simply became one broken settlement, especially if they keep opposing the Queen and supporting those who would kidnap the princess. Emily growls and marches over to the town square. Keep up the good work, everyone! Let's show the Queen and her bitches that we shall not be bested twice! Everyone cheers.
Yay.
Your face, Mary.
Just a moment. I feel like the listeners are only going to get very little of my actual sass, feelings, opinions.
Why don't you share with some of the listeners now while Jillian's writing?
If
What do
only
you
it
mean?
was on video.
My
I know,
opinions.
right?
I just thought it was funny that she said bitches instead of witches, and I made like a face. We'll have to like just take a bunch of pictures of me making the faces that I make.
And put them in a slideshow.
Yeah, or like number them or something.
All right, I'm ready.
We now go inside the mountain, where we see a city glistening in gold, but people who are fighting and arguing loudly. Some hold signs that say, "Slay the dragon," and others hold signs that say, "There is no hearth without the dragon." We see looking above all of this is a man completely made of diamond, wearing a suit of white with copper undertones.
LOL.
He reads the paper while a cigarette sits at his lips. The paper reads, "On the subject of Dragon's Hearth, a break in dwarven tradition has cast former mobster Tony Diamond to become a dwarven lord by marriage? To the long-lost Lord Wick Copperson?
Oh, I forgot that was a thing.
Though Copperson seems to have returned to Mosswood with the traitors to the crown, Lord Diamond remains stationed in a divided city. He and Guardian Citrine continue to protect and hide Dietrich the Destroyer from the public. It would seem the last dragon who supposedly values loyalty can't seem to pick a side. But for now, she has sided with the traitors who tried to kill her from the start."
That's a lie.
That's a lie!
And it's coming from her daughter.
A door opens and we see a very tired woman made completely out of citrine, wearing armor. As fatigued as she is, her face holds a smile. Tony puts down the paper and looks hopeful. "We broke through. Stoke and the rest are back in Dragon's Hearth." Tony beams. "Scylla, that's great, sweetheart. He's a good man for staying with the folks who were too injured or fearful of the portal. I think it would make me throw up. And they'll probably get home faster than the folks who took the train anyhow." Scylla beams. He is a good man. We're going out to eat with Plume and Sally if you want to join us. Just then, a half-elf man enters with urgency. His skin is pale despite the patches of drow purple mixed into his complexion. His eyes burn with fear. What is it, Charles? We can't find Violet's body. It wasn't with the rest. Tony drops his cigarette.
Oh no!
Meanwhile,
Oh, snap.
Meanwhile, in a dense fog, into the fishy smells and the drunken shouts of a seashore village, feline tabaxis hiss at each other as they pass the cobblestone streets, and lanterns are lit for those wandering about in this wonky day. Through one dark window, a very tall woman wearing a suit can be seen. Her golden hair is braided to one shoulder, and a black heart-shaped eye patch covers one eye. The other is golden and dare I say feline. Under the lamplight, she reads the paper while half-orcs in suits beat some unseen victim in the background.
Yay!
The paper
Meaningless
reads.
violence, yay!
Speaking of killing, there was an oddly timed death of Miss Molly O'Malley, head of the fishery faction of Tawny Marsh. Her successor is a little-known human woman called Blackjack. Apparently, the feline tabaxi left this used-to-be nobody in charge after her passing, even trusting her with the care of her only 2 nephews who survive her. This leaves civilians of Tawny Marsh wondering, who is this Blackjack, and will she side with the Queen in the war to come?
Wait, so what is Molly O'Malley's position in this community?
So she, to put it simply, she, like Tony, was also a mobster, but in a position of great power, dare I say more powerful than the mayor of Tawny Marsh himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of a pushover, sort of like the mayor of Mosswood. Less. So she really was the one who ran things. Oh, Jackie! Jackie looks from the paper to see 2 small feline tabaxi boys in newspaper caps, dirty button-up shirts, and patched-up pants. Their large eyes look up at her with pride. We got it, Aunt Jackie! The delivery we thought was lost, we found it! Nice job, boys! I know we kept you around for something. Show me your spoils. A pair of orcs bring over a sea-worn crate with barnacles plastered on its hinges. One of the half-orcs takes a crowbar and bursts it open with a huff. Oof! Everyone peers inside and is gasping. Jackie beams. Seems like Calypso is in our favor, boys. We now go. Oh, God!
I know better than to ask.
Sorry.
Are you? I don't think you are!
I like to keep you in suspense. I know you love it. Anyway.
And I like to know things.
I enjoy knowing things.
We now go through the fog and across the sea to find a large island with sands that are as red as blood. The buildings are round and made of dense clay. Palm trees sway as people busy themselves through narrow and winding streets, the smell of incense and spice permeating the air. There is the calls of cattle and the rattling of jewelry as people make their way through. A tower above all of this shows an air genasi man with wispy white hair like clouds and sky blue skin. On his biceps are bands of gold, and he wears many rings on his fingers. His chest is on full display. His brow furrows with trouble as he reads the paper from the shore. There are, however, settlements who have decided for now to remain neutral in the war, the first being the island of Scarlet Sands. the self-proclaimed Maharani Shkaharaha and her people refuse to acknowledge any involvement in the war, as they believe that the conflict does not concern them and have been seeking separation from the crown for quite some time. But they should be warned that just because the curse has not reached their shores yet, that does not mean they will be spared forever. Haji, stop reading the stupid mainland paper. You know their matters do not concern us. Haji sighs, summoning patience. With all due respect, Maharani, should the people of Coral Ridge get overrun, then that's what we keep the pirates and the fishermen for. Crossing her arms over the edge of an in-ground bath is a woman with dark eyes. Dangling from her neck is a necklace holding a bottle. She glowers at Haji. And when the kingdom eats itself alive, we will make like the vultures and take it for ourselves. He frowns. You weren't always like this. You're right. That was before, when people saw me as nothing but a gutter rat. Now, pass the grapes, please. He bows his head. Yes, Maharani. We go under the waves to see a reef rich with color and light slowly fade into one that is white and colorless and ashen and dead. Standing in this white desert alone is essentially a cowboy. Beside him is a large seahorse with seaweed reins tied around it, munching on what little seaweed still grows in this part of the seafloor. The cowboy is reading a crunchy seaweed copy of the land paper as bubbles escape the fins on his neck. His large fish eyes scanning it sharply. The only line of defense for Scarlet Sands is a sad settlement of Coral Ridge, who is openly against the crown of Catharsis, led by an overambitious sheriff, Nemo Depths. He who
She immediately gets choked out by Sidra somewhere.
It's all the kelp. It's okay.
who, though may be a good marksman, fails to see the fight he will lose. Lose, eh? You see this Snoop? The seahorse. The seahorse looks at him with indifference. What do you know anyways? Suddenly Snoot's eyes go wide and he huffs. The sheriff doesn't even turn around. When he takes out his harpoon gun, it is laced with dead coral chalk, and he fires it, expertly hitting his target, who screams bubbles before starting to float up to the surface. Finally looking over to see his target, it was in fact an undead shark folk. Maw wide open and eyes lost to vibrant anemones. Clicking back his device, the harpoon dislodges from its mark and gets back into the barrel of the device. Beyond, he starts to see a cluster of undead, a mix of skeletal pirates and sea folk lost to the curse. The sheriff's eyes are sad, but he sighs and pulls out something from his pocket. You know, Snoop. He lifts his bandana over his mouth and nose. I hate when I'm right about these things sometimes. And he presses a button on a detonator. Boom.
Wait, so the horse's name is Snoot?
Yeah. Oh, the seahorse's name is Snoop.
Snoot.
And this is Sheriff Nemo of Coral Ridge.
I really like the combo, like, cowboy and underwater,
Yeah, it's
because
cool.
it's usually, like, cowboys in a desert or whatever.
Thank you. I hate deserts, so this makes me happy. I want a cowboy, but I don't want the desert. We hear a church bell chime, signaling the end of Mass. This disturbed some ravens that were resting on its rooftop. We see brooding skies starting to spill with rain. Lamb folk and dreary-looking demons exit a black church building. Putting on their straw hats and raising the paper over their heads as their shelter, they make their way out. The priest hands some spare pamphlets and newspapers for folks so they may shield themselves in the rain, thanking them as they go. Then, once all his patrons leave, his hand falls on the last copy of the paper. A raven lands on his shoulder and tilts its head curiously, reading it with him. Wheat Valley is another settlement tucked to the south that now remains neutral. Their mayor, their self-proclaimed Crow King, says his subjects and citizens are enough to fight the undead. Though whispers of a vigilante with a skull for a mask has been seen slaying the undead at nightfall. Some of the locals call him Hermano Sigardor, aka Brother Reaper. But whoever this vigilante is, mortal or not, we doubt he will be enough as the curse continues to spread. Papa! The priest looks over to see his daughter. Black hair woven into braids, her violet eyes looking up at him with worry. Drow violet eyes. They're trying to get into the graveyard again! He smiles to her. Do not worry, Mia. I will take care of them. Go put the candles out for me, please. We have enough wax on the floor as it is. He pats her head as he takes a sickle, and then that rests on the side of the church. With a whistle, he heads to the graveyard.
Is he the guy? Are we to assume that he's the...
He's gonna be the hot cleric.
And
I'm so excited.
And he's called Papa.
Okay.
Because
No!
he's a ghost reference.
I didn't even...
Because what?
I didn't even do
Yeah.
that on purpose, but he is like
Oh.
a ghost reference.
Yeah.
Yes. He is very, I
There-
saw Ghost and I was like, he is very much the character.
And all the lead singers are like Papa.
Like
Like there's a line of them. There's a lineage of Papa Popes.
I'm a fake fan.
What are we talking about?
The rock band Ghost, their whole
Oh.
shtick is like satanic panic, but modernize it for the 21st century.
That would be like a cool band name, Satanic Panic.
Yeah.
I bet
Sure
it is
exists,
one.
yeah.
Probably.
Welcome to the 80s.
We now see cherry blossom trees in full bloom in a rock garden. Strolling through them is the familiar face of Sister Abrielle in a traditional kimono. Her blonde hair tied back gracefully in a bun, and with a hair comb shaped like the moon with silver star pieces beating down it. Walking beside her is the Warforged samurai warrior Kitsune 590.
It's your boy.
It's your boy! They hear the sound of sparring from not too far from them. But one voice only seems to carry. Abrielle and Kitsune 590 turn the corner and Abrielle smiles. She truly is a fast learner. And who knew Euphoria had such an affinity for teaching children? Indeed, though it is unorthodox in practice. We see Lady Getsume of Cerulean Falls, now Paladin of Selene, donning the full samurai garb, but the plates are silver with white cloth and embellishments of Selene's symbol embroidered in parts. Her long hair.
I can just see you over here pumping your fist like I'm ready. I'm like, oh, it's gonna happen.
Let it out.
Our favorite serial killer lesbian.
Yes.
It's
True.
letting it
Problematic lesbian.
We see her go, ha ha ha, you think you can stop me, you puny thing, you? Oh, she's slain me. Oh, I'm down. Oh, and she falls very dramatically. Her hair is swooshing across the sands. Oh, I've been bested by the princess. Oh, and we see a small tiefling girl named May Hallowes standing on a red bridge in a kimono with a brown wooden staff going, in a fighting pose going, and she's very satisfied with her work. There are some differences to May. She has these bandages around her hands, and she seems to be wearing a little beret in her hair, even though it sort of clashes with the fit, but she doesn't seem to care. And she looks like she has slight tiredness under her eyes. Well, that's enough for me. I think we should break. Oh, hello, darling. And Getsume looks to Abrielle, who blushes and goes, "That was wonderful. You guys did such a good job." And she comes over to Getsume, sort of doting on her completely, and Getsume plants a kiss on Abrielle's cheek. Oh, they're so cute! Then Abrielle goes, "Oh, May, you did a great job too." And May signs, "Thank you, I'm always great."
Oh, bless.
And then Abrielle goes, "Show me the hands. Show me the hands, please." And May sort of, all this confidence sort of evaporates. And she signs, "Not here, please." And Abrielle goes, "Very well, let's go further into the garden." And Getsume sort of looks worriedly at Abrielle, but Abrielle nods in reassurance and holds up her hand as she leads the child over to the waterfall. Kitsune 590 turns to Getsume and goes, "Why were you weak with the child? Obviously you can fight harder than this." "Oh, you want to see me fight harder?" "I do. Are you challenging me to a sparring match?" "Maybe I am, old friend. We've only known each other for a month." It sounds cooler. It's a turn of phrase. Fight me." A very epic battle ensues on the bridge, both doing like very flowy poses where their clothing and their costuming very much is shown off. None of them are really trying that seriously, but they are showing their agility. Abrielle and Maybelline return, the bandages being remade over her hands. And Getsume has bested Kitsune 590. And he bows with so much respect as Abrielle claps and goes, "Oh, here's the paper." And Getsume goes, "Oh, joy." "In Cerulean Falls, there is always the opposer, Lady Getsume. She has recently changed her alliance to that with the Church of Selene. Perhaps she has forgotten that church is what made her the monster she is in the first place."
What bitch is writing these freaking
But I mean, not to be a hoe, but is it wrong? You know a society is in a real bad place when the state-sponsored media is basically just the National Enquirer. You know things are bad. That's just a sign of we are living in a, I don't know if it's authoritarian or fascist. It's one of the bad ones.
It's not good.
It's not one of the good ones.
Very bad, not good.
Getsume said, "Yes, I am a monster. But you're my monster." And May literally does the pointing at the tongue sign like, "Ugh." And Getsume says to Abrielle, "Perhaps we should get the child home." "Yes, I will return the child to the mansion. I know she's had many friends who are excited to celebrate her birthday." And May goes, "That's right." And as Abrielle starts to go, Getsume takes her hand and kisses the back of it. "Please be safe." "Always." We now go across the mists again and across barren fields, following the train as it makes a trail of steam. Oh, you know, the whistling of the tea kettle will be right on par with this, as it makes a trail through this barren wasteland to a gate surrounding a forest of pine trees. Going beyond this, we feel, if we were a camera, we would feel this veil sort of pass over the lens like a purple magic. And we peer into a valley of lavender fields. We see in the streets of the center of town a woman standing on a bridge making an address to the people. And soon we will be having our festival.
Thanks, I hate it.
I'm gonna love this so much.
The woman has purple hair spun up in a beehive that is interwoven with lavender.
Ooh.
Her blazer is also lavender, as well as her pencil skirt. She has a blouse that's very puffy, and she wears a big crest that reads Mayor.
Wow.
Oh man, I can picture the animatic already. It's just like, at first it's like a normal character design, it's just like, mayor.
And our festival will be bigger and better than last year. And everyone starts to clap politely, and she nods with a very fake smile. Yes, yes. If anybody should need me, I will be in my office. And she starts to leave her dress when a woman with golden hair and a white blouse and a black pencil skirt approaches her. Mayor, may I have a word? Of course, Miss Marigold. What could possibly be the problem?
It's her, she's arrived.
I think you should read this little paper that Miss Bluebell wrote. I think you'll really appreciate what it has to say about you. Oh, I'm sure I will. And she reads the paper, and again, I'm reading it in Tiger Lily Witch's voice. Lavender Fields, however, remains neutral to the crown, though they do openly object to those who would seek sanctuary from the curse. As we all know that Lavender Fields is full of the more prominent families of the kingdom, and therefore have godly and divine right to exist. Oh, and look at this part about me. And the mayor has been very gracious to her people, making sure that they have want for nothing, unlike all of the other leaders who are sort of wishy-washy in this time of something. Time of war? I guess that sounds fine. Oh yes, well, I do my best. I'm sure you do, Miss Mayor. We all appreciate all the hard work you've been doing. Though I do think Miss Bluebell will really appreciate it if you told her how much you love her paper. Oh, yeah, I certainly will. Yes,
right.
Indeed.
Abrielle's relation? Bluebell?
Mayhaps.
Okay.
And we see the mayor leave, and as she does, Miss Marigold's eyes sort of darken, and she looks over to the train. More gas. Guess I should get some rooms ready at the inn. We now go past the train and into the woods. Mosswood is a town tucked away in the forest that is known for its trains, but currently its invisibility, as it is protected by a massive spell that the party has helped construct. Mosswood is known for its frog folk and mushroom folk who live in harmony with all the other races who inhabit it. It has always been a rather peaceful town, aside from a very violent history. Well, that's sort of a contradictory statement.
Except for that one time.
Except for that one time.
Oh my goodness.
We see that Mosswood has changed, also slightly, as people are now sort of rationing out supplies. Instead of buying it, they are sort of exchanging it where they can, because they can only trade with so many places now, since they have taken a very stern opposition in the war. The mayor walks through his town looking very troubled as multiple people keep trying to swarm him with their problems. Sir, we need more fertilizer for the moss fields. Otherwise, we don't have trade.
Just poop on it.
I want that to be a mushroom folk. A mushroom folk child. Their mom is
Signs it like really quick.
just poop on it. For the listeners, all of the mushroom folk and the character of May Hallowes use ASL, but since this is an audio-based platform in-game, we just say that they sign it. But the mayor is getting overwhelmed, and he writes vigorously and stamps a letter. And it appears in the room of Beatrice Wisteria, who looks at it and tosses it into a pile of other letters and complaints she's been getting this whole time. Opening the door is a large navy blue tiefling man in a butler's outfit. Grandpa! That we all know as Authority, aka Grandpa.
Grandpa.
He
Hey,
sees
it's my dad.
Second.
No, it's Grandpa.
We see all the letters on the floor, and he looks to his lady.
I think perhaps it would be best if somebody helped you with these.
I can't even think about them. There's so many. I can't. I need more coffee. No, coffee is the last thing you need. Can you make it iced with oat milk? I'm not making you coffee. But you do what I say, right? Like that's the thing. Like I want iced coffee, oat milk, please. How about this? I will get you the iced coffee with oat milk after you take a half hour break outside. I'm just gonna keep thinking about all the things I need to do. When she goes out, she sees in the courtyard 2 people sitting on a bench. One of these people has sort of wrapped herself up and is in deep conversation with the man next to her. She is halfling in stature, and her hands are burnt, and she sort of hides her complexion, wearing a mask over her nose and mouth for the protection of others who are not yet touched by the curse. Sitting next to her is Valpyrian Mossolith, the now cursed wizard who is using his scarf as his mask so he also does not infect others with the curse, even though mushrooms and flowers grow out of his hair and skin now. So I don't... They can't hear me.
No, they can't hear you traditionally, no. But somehow I can understand you and them. I think it's because I'm not as far along.
And I look different.
Yes.
You do. And it's bad, isn't it? He swallows, tries to give her his best smile, moving the mask just a little bit. It's not bad. She just glares at him. All right, you look like somebody left a marshmallow on a stick and forgot. But the pictures of you were lovely. I don't know if I want my husband to see me like this. I don't know how Paris can see me like this. The kids. I don't know if I ever want them to know I'm here. One step at a time. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. There is a practice that me and my daughter do. And it's to clear our minds when we have lots of busy thoughts. We close our eyes and we say, eyes unclouded. We open them again with a newfound purpose. And with this, he looks across the yard where he sees Ellie
Hi.
and Archive walking through the gardens. With that, I'm going to pause and look at the things you wanted to do.
Okay.
But
I kind of retexted you, so you didn't have to like go back all the way.
I appreciate you. Okay. So, to answer this, you are currently at the Wisteria Manor,
Yes.
so you don't have to be in disguise.
No, I know. I just mean in general. Like, I want to have the option of appearing as a person. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes. That's gonna get covered.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
But I wanna... Trying to scroll back to the things you wanted to do.
Oh, I want to talk to May.
Yes. We'll say at this point, as you're entering the garden, so is May and Abrielle.
Okay.
You have not seen May since you returned.
Okay.
So this is the first time in probably a few days
Okay.
that you've even heard from her.
Mm-hmm.
And now you see that she is wearing this sort of yukata
Yes.
and a beret and has bandages over her hands, but for the most part, she's still May. And when you guys lock eyes, she gasps so excitedly and just runs to you with arms open.
Scoop.
Scoop up that girl. Archive smiles and Abrielle smiles as well, sort of sadly, and then says, we'll give you guys your space. Right, Archive? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. And those two walk away. May looks at you and sighs, I've missed you so much, you've been worrying so much, but you're
I'm gonna grab a
okay."
wrist.
Oh,
You doing good?
she nods.
I think you might be lying.
She pulls her hands out of your grasp and signs, nah, not me, and crosses her arms. Want to roll a deception check or an insight check to see if she's lying?
I guess. I mean, I know she's lying.
You know this.
I
as
can
a
read her
player.
mind.
Oh. See,
I mean, I'll still roll. I don't care.
I feel like you have to tell me when you're gonna read her mind,
Okay.
because otherwise,
I don't know. What is it? Deception?
it would be a insight check because you're checking her deception.
Mm-hmm.
Also, not to interrupt, but are we timing these conversations?
Yes, we should do that. Let me set a timer.
12.
Yeah, that beats it. She's definitely lying.
Mm-hmm.
Totally lying.
What's up with your hands?
She looks sort of downcast and says, it's nothing. Can we go have a tea party now?
Gonna want to see those hands first.
Please don't.
Big girl, I'm a doctor. Well, I want to be a doctor. Maybe we can fix it.
She signs, Abrielle's already tried. And so has Beatrice.
Ellie's gonna be like, well, I haven't tried.
She giggles at this and goes, okay. She starts to unravel her hands, and already you see that there's some wrinkling.
Okay.
And her skin is darkening, becoming more dark as it gets closer to her fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
And when she holds out her hands, you see that she's missing some fingernails, and that her hands are becoming more and more decrepit.
All right, so like gangrene looking?
Sort of like corpsey.
Yeah, okay. Ellie is going to try very, very hard to not appear startled.
I'm gonna have you roll a deception check.
Oh boy, I'm bad at both. Did I roll another 9? Nope, it's 7.
And she got a 16, so she saw right through that. How upset are you?
I wouldn't say she's upset, she's just like curiously concerned.
Mm-hmm. She pulls her hands away and starts to wrap them up again.
Does it hurt?
Yes.
She's thinking. When did that start?
A few days ago. She gives you the specific day, and it is the day you guys broke the most recent rune.
Okay. Huh. How about that? We'll see about doing something, okay? We don't have to do anything right now, though.
Okay.
How about your hat? It's kind of clashing with the fit.
It's a perfect hat.
I didn't say the hat was not perfect. I said it didn't match your vibe.
Berets match with everything, Aunt Ellie.
Okay. Why are you wearing it all of a sudden?
Can we play Team Hearth?
I really just want to see.
She's crying.
Oh, baby.
I don't want you to see.
Why?
I'm ugly.
Ellie's like, oh, pfft. You sound like your mom.
That somehow makes her sadder.
Wait, no, that was supposed to be funny. Well, one time when we were kids, your mom got gum stuck in her hair, and she thought it would be good to cut it out herself, and it was not a good idea for her to cut it out herself, and she wouldn't leave her bedroom for like 4 days until she finally let my mom in so that she could, cut her hair right.
I bet she looks silly.
She did look extremely silly.
Probably not as silly as me though.
I don't know. It was pretty bad. It was like the gum was like stuck.
Suddenly
like in
she
the
grabs
top.
her beret and just throws it in frustration. And you see that not only is there like clumps of hair coming out, but they're bloody.
Oh, baby. Sorry. I don't think it's ugly, but I think it looks.
It's ugly.
I think it just looks like it
I
hurts.
hate it. Please don't look anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna hand her hat back.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay. Thanks for letting me see, though.
She still seems very upset.
I don't know why that's happening.
Julia says it's because my destiny is coming closer.
So last I heard, your destiny was to be a star. So
I'll be pretty when I'm a star.
you're pretty now.
No, I'm not.
I think you are.
You're saying that because you're my aunt and stuff.
I don't know. You got a cute little face going on. You got cute little everything.
I like my nose.
It's a good nose.
What if I lose my nose?
Then there'll still be good things about you. The nose doesn't make the lady.
Where's the center of the face?
That's not true. Your eyes are the center of your face.
They are.
Yeah, top of head, chin, your eyes are right in the middle, see?
What if I lose my eyes?
Then we will cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay.
It'll be okay.
Okay.
Everything will be okay.
I don't want to not be able to see you.
I don't think that'll happen. I think we'll be alright.
Okay.
And if it does happen, well, you know what I look like? I'll keep on looking the same. Anyway, what do you want to do?
I'm out of people juice.
I understand. Do you still want me to hang out, or do you want to? Oh, okay.
I want to have a tea party. She grabs your hand.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
Okay. We can invite like one more person.
Oh, you can invite whoever you want.
I don't know who I should invite. You should invite them.
I don't fucking know. Who makes sense?
Whoever you want.
Paris? Sure.
Uncle Paris, hi.
Paris suddenly just like
Materializes.
falls out of the window or something. And just like,
Hey,
it's like
kid.
I just shot my dice.
I heard my name.
Wow.
May hugs you.
The hero has.
You hear really well.
You parachuting something in your dice.
Yeah, I shot it somewhere.
No. Oh, ruh-roh.
And I'll find it later.
Okay.
Anyway,
We'll
okay.
conclude this scene.
Wait, can I say one more thing to her?
Yeah.
Oh, nice fit, kid. You look like a fighter.
I am a fighter.
I know you are.
Yeah. Like you. And like Aunt Ellie.
Oh boy.
I'm really good.
And Paris like has the most like twisted, like guilty smile, and they're like, yeah.
Anyway, who wants to hear more embarrassing kid stories?
So I'm trying to find the list of things.
For me?
Yeah.
Well, I told you the other thing I want to do. I want to talk to Abrielle.
Right, you want to talk to Abrielle. So
Yes.
let's do that
Okay.
next, and I'll tell
That
you that
should
scene.
be pretty quick. I
Yeah.
don't have all that much to say to her.
She has some stuff to say to you.
Ah, motherfucker.
You are in the moonlit abbey.
Okay.
You got here by disguising yourself as a pet, and you are currently in there after hours. So the only people on standby is literally Abrielle and one blind attendant.
Solid.
So your identity is safe.
Yay.
The moonlit abbey is very quiet and sort of serene, and you do sort of feel like a connection to this place, especially after you see the sapling.
I was gonna say, I want to
tree.
touch their moon tree.
Yeah.
Touch.
So before you touch the moon tree, Abrielle goes, "Oh, nobody has touched the tree."
Like ever?
Mm-mm.
What if it needs a hug or something?
It's sacred. What if a hug destroys the tree?
Why would a hug destroy the tree?
I don't know. It's magical.
I'm gonna touch it. She's just gonna be like,
You touch the tree, and you feel your heart sink with it, like you have with the other two trees you've met. And even though this tree does not have like a humanoid soul,
okay.
you understand that talking to it is essentially talking to like a toddler.
Oh,
You get the sense that it is very, very young and very new.
all right. Well, I'm just gonna say hey and not touch it anymore unless it is throwing vibes that it wants to continue to be pet.
It's not against it. It's just this is different for the tree. The tree is like, oh.
Well, I'm gonna tell the tree thanks, and I'll probably be back, and that it's doing a very good job.
Back.
Back?
Back.
I'll come back.
You'll come.
Yes. Well, I'll do my best.
You.
You need a name.
Sister?
My sister put you here.
Yeah.
Do you remember her? Oh. Well, I guess that's good.
in trouble.
She is in a little trouble, but we're working on it.
You?
I'm not really sure if I'm in trouble yet.
Trouble.
Okay, I guess that means I'm in trouble.
Friend.
Well, if you feel like it.
Friend. I'm ready. Star.
Yes, May. She's not feeling super good. Do you know anything about that?
Star's sad.
Do you know how to fix it?
Break vessel. What does that mean? Vessel go. Bye-bye.
What is the vessel?
If it had arms, it would wiggle them.
Wow. Ellie is both amused and frustrated, but she's just gonna kinda...
Shine. Future is shine. Star's future is shine.
That's what I like to hear. Can you see the future?
A little.
One of your cousins can see the future. Don't look too hard, it might make you upset.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks.
Name.
Oh yeah, you need a name. What do we...
No.
My name?
Your name.
My name's Ellie.
Ellie. And you feel your name chime through your mind.
Wow.
Like it's sort of twinkly.
You say it so nice.
Ellie. And you feel your name like vibrate in the space. It's as if it's saying its first word in the real world.
Wow. That was weird.
Ellie. And it seems to be playing with vowels.
Ellie. I think you need a name. What do you want to be called?
Aria.
Nice.
Aria. Sounds good.
Aria. And it just like very weak child notes drifting through this church, and someone, the blind attendant goes, shh, thinking there's a child in the church.
Oh wait, other people can hear it? Shit.
Yeah, Abrielle's like,
Meanwhile, Ellie's like dead eye, like
I'm like, oh my god.
touching the tree, like having an out of body experience. And we're just watching. Alright, okay, I need to talk to Abrielle still, so I am going to tell the tree. Alright, Aria, I will be back, or I'll do my best to come back. I have to talk to Abrielle.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna not touch the tree, and I'm just gonna kind of...
Your branch hand feels a little tingly, but like in a good way.
Weird.
And it's almost as if notes are still drifting in the space and like twinkling like stars. And Abrielle is like, that was so cool.
What
We
happened?
totally shouldn't do that again.
What happened?
I don't know. But like, we don't want other people to know you're here, so maybe don't do that again.
What happened?
I don't know.
No, I mean, like, describe to me what happened so that I can understand what you experienced, because I don't know what you experienced.
It said your name.
Oh, that was in real life.
It said your name, and it said Aria.
Yes, that's her name.
Tree's name is Aria.
Correct.
I need to tell the mother. Oh, I gotta tell the mother.
Well, not yet. Wait a hot sec. I have a question for you.
Selene's all good and deserving. Oh, yes, so much hope. Yes, question, sorry.
Sorry, I don't want to bum you out, but is there a way I can talk to Selene and get an answer immediately?
You want to become a sister too?
No.
Oh.
I
You want to join the faith too?
Maybe, but not right now.
Okay.
I just want to ask her some things, and I was hoping there was some way that I could borrow some of your Selene-ness
I'm pretty good
and
at that.
talk to her.
Ask here. And she gets in a pew and gets in a praying position and goes, ask me your question and I'll see if she answers me.
Just ask you, like out loud?
Yeah, but address it to Selene.
Do I have to do this?
No, you just gotta tell it. Then I will ask her the question and we'll see if I get a premonition or something.
Okay.
It doesn't work every time, but sometimes it doesn't as well.
I really just want to know why she thought I was the best person to bring back.
Gonna roll.
Oh, is this a thing where you have to roll like a 2% chance that it's gonna work thing?
Maybe.
Damn it.
Well, it's gonna be Abrielle's level.
Oh, alright. I don't know what that is, so.
No, I'm just getting shapes. Do you have another question? You get 3.
And she's just thinking for a while. What's the vessel?
Okay. I'm seeing a drawing of May,
Okay.
and her eyes sort of open. Oh, I think it's her body.
Huh, interesting.
I see a star coming out of it.
Huh.
We'll allow one more question.
How do I destroy the vessel without killing May?
No dice. Sorry.
I can't decide if I like or trust Selene.
You should always trust Selene.
I'm not sure about that.
I'm sorry you're struggling in your faith right now.
Hasn't she ever told you anything that wasn't right?
No,
That you didn't agree with?
no. She is the one true God. I mean, there's other gods, I guess, but she's kind of the best one.
I see.
She's all-knowing and all good.
Well, she's not all answers, so I'm kind of not feeling her right now.
She answers in visuals.
I like
She's also
words.
known as the silent god.
I like words.
I know. You like pictures?
Not as much as I like words.
Yeah, let's
I'm gonna
move on to
I'm gonna leave the chapel and be sad about it. Well,
I'm
not
sorry.
sad, just frustrated. That's not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
But this would be a prime example of Selene not being great.
She has a reason for everything.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
It's all part of the plan.
Whatever.
The next scene was with Archive, right?
I just wanted to, like, make a disguise so that I cannot be a dog at all times.
Right.
We don't actually have to.
You're all gonna get disguises.
Oh, okay. Then never
So-
mind. Then I'm done.
You don't want a third scene with anybody?
Do I get one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody gets 3 scenes, so you get one more.
Hey, okay. I don't know. Surprise me.
Hmm.
I mean, something with Archive, I guess, because I like him.
He comes up to you. Hi. As you're in the library. I don't mean to push myself into anything, but, I know you are all planning to go to Lavender Fields. You should come with us. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I mean, I have to, like, ask the squad, but they can fight me.
If they don't want me there, I really understand their boundaries and I respect them. But I sort of get a little envious at times of Wick and Kay and Atticus, and they're all great, but they've all gotten to go on.
I know, I'm kind of mad about it.
I know,
being real.
I've gotten glimpses, which is cool, and I like that too. But I want to.
I mean, you're obviously the best because I can just call you and you just
Even if I didn't have teleporting powers, you could always call me and I'd be there.
Yeah, but you'd have to, like, walk.
Or get a carriage or horse. Ooh, maybe one of the elks outside would bring me.
Wow, that'd be cool.
They like to nip at my fingers though, so I might have to work on it.
That wouldn't be cool.
I was going to say you're...
I think I have to kill May.
What?
Well, not kill May, but destroy her body. That's how we can free the star.
I have so many concerns.
I also have so many concerns, but I'm wondering
How
if
do we
there's...
do that safely?
See, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm wondering if there's some sort of, like, you know those crystal-y guys that they have that...
Oh, the Elicon crystals.
Yeah, can we stick her in one of them?
Maybe. But what if she gets trapped? Like, what if she can't get out?
Then we can put her in a robot, I guess.
Is that what she wants?
No.
I will look into this before we leave, as much as I can. I wonder if Lavender Fields has a good library.
Probably. It's like the richest town ever.
Yes.
My
This will
sis-
be my first time going there.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes.
Me too, actually. My sister always wanted to go, but I don't know if she actually ever went.
It is rather pricey.
Yeah, she was always kind of hoity-toity, though. She was all about that stuff.
Not like you, though.
No.
I was going to say you're easy, but that has a negative connotation to it.
Well, it also has a positive connotation to it. So, I guess it just depends on how connotatey you're feeling.
I like your connotations.
I like your connotations, too.
You hear a shuffle,
A shuffle.
and looking at the doorway, you see a little foot.
Maybelline?
And we're gonna end the scene there.
It's Maybelline.